Some Fort Worthians believe they're under secret attack by the government, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. By Terry Webster. January 20, 2021. 65. Share. Facebook, Twitter. Image, All, Fox Mulder, The X-Files. Far on the outer fringes of Fort Worth are people who believe they're being zapped by military satellites with deadly microwave beams. Cell phone towers and supercomputers are used to stream hateful messages into their subconscious minds, 24/7. These methods and more are part of a vast plot to exert mind control over and torture the entire population, these folks claim. According to the self-proclaimed victims, they are followed in public by street actors and flash mobs who are hired by shadowy government agencies and private contractors. Their tormentors follow, mock, and harass them, often recording the bullying with cell phones. The victims say that federal and state-based data gathering fusion centers, government agencies at all levels, an international crime syndicate, megacorporations, military contractors, local police, and even citizen neighborhood watch groups are all in on it. Who are these people who believe they are trapped inside an elaborate and vicious harassment program known as gangstalking or organized criminal stalking? They call themselves targeted individuals, and I tracked down some of them to hear their stories. This is not just a local phenomenon, by the way. Across the nation and around the globe are videos, websites, and social media posts about targeted individuals. Victims complain of small drones spying through their windows. Their cell phones and computers are hacked and fried. Home burglaries and vandalism are among the other complaints of the targeted individuals I spoke with. They also claim their harassers run noise campaigns of strategically timed jarring sounds. Monster pickup trucks with loud mufflers roar down the street and cars blare their horns or squeal their tires at all hours. They also hear voices. Some targeted individuals believe the voices and insults are coming from V2K, a microwave technology known as voice-to-skull communication. The microwave technology is one piece of an arsenal of directed energy weapons used to harass and torture people, these people allege. Whether you believe their claims are real, imagined, or a little of both, many targeted individuals appear to be trapped inside a matrix of fear. Critics call the idea of gangstalking a giant hoax or a sign of mental illness, but the victims say the truth is out there. *****. Targeted individuals point to patents and testimonies from doctors, scientists, and high-profile people like whistleblowers Bill Binney and J. Kirk Wiebe of the National Security Agency, NSA, who have publicly said they are concerned about directed energy weapons. Binney and Wiebe preceded Edward Snowden, another NSA whistleblower. Snowden caused a global uproar when he leaked classified documents that showed how the NSA and other agencies are spying on the public. The former World Technical Director for the NSA, Binney has aired his concerns on the Jimmy Dore Show and other programs. To date, directed energy weapons have yet to gain the same widespread attention as massive government spying and surveillance. Binney said he and others are gathering scientific evidence to show the government is testing directed energy weapons on the general population. He further claims that legal actions, motions, affidavits, and injunctions will be used to try to stop it. Directed energy weapons do not use new technology, Binney told the comedian Dore. The technology was developed in the 1970s and 1980s and is even more advanced today. Other invasive technology aimed at the public includes brain-to-computer interfaces, or computer-based programs that can read your mind, he said. Some of these other things are quite a bit nastier than just spying, Binney said on the program. Directed energy weapons do not use new technology, Binney told the comedian Dore. The technology was developed in the 1970s and 1980s and is even more advanced today. Other invasive technology aimed at the public includes brain-to-computer interfaces, or computer-based programs that can read your mind, he said. Some of these other things are quite a bit nastier than just spying, Binney said on the program. Some of Fort Worth's targeted individuals hover around an online meetup group run by Richard Lighthouse, a rabid government critic from Houston. His online bio states that he previously worked for NASA and holds a master's degree in mechanical engineering from Stanford University. Lighthouse calls himself, "This is not a joke," Lighthouse warns on his website RayLighthouse.com and in his dozens of e-books. The weaponized satellite program, Lighthouse believes, resides at the USAF Space Command at Schriever Air Force Base in Colorado. There, military personnel are given orders to blast unsuspecting citizens with energy weapons that produce searing pain, unexplained burns on the skin, and bizarre neurological symptoms. The U.S. military is the strategic force behind the satellites, and the CIA in Denver provides the funding for the gangstalking program. According, cell towers are sending subliminal messages at everyone, reads a statement on targetjustice.com. Subliminal messaging equals government mind control. Lighthouse and his followers have sent cease and desist letters to virtually every U.S. intelligence agency, and they have accused Lockheed Martin, AT&T in Dallas, and Raytheon of perpetuating the gangstalking program. Everyone in the United States, wrote the Targeted Justice Group in a December 2018 letter to General John Raymond of the Air Force Space Command at Peterson Air Force Base in Colorado Springs, Colorado, is being tracked by military satellites. Even your family members and children are being hit with microwave bullets from satellites and cell towers. These are directed at their heads and cause brain damage. The satellites are controlled from Schriever Air Force Base. A July 19, 2019 letter posted on You specifically doing a story only on gangstalking or on the other common aspect of the targeted individual experience described as electronic harassment? Young asked. In my personal experience, I have found that the former is nothing more than a delusion cultivated by the latter, which, however, is very real. In other words, he continued, the electronic harassment phenomenon of hearing 24/7 voices is generated by some kind of AI program that imitates a group of human beings stalking the individual. That is what elicits the paranoia and makes individuals believe that actual people in their vicinity might be stalking them. Most people are crazy for thinking the government or any other human organization on the planet could be involved in something like this, he said. Logistically, Young said, it is impossible to organize massive operations such as street mobs that follow people everywhere they go. Another local targeted individual I spoke with is Caleb Newton. The Fort Worth man describes himself as a gypsy soul who has traveled across the country doing construction work and odd jobs. Cars following me or showing up at random places I went, and street theater actors meeting me at places I had previously decided to go, acting out scripts, and also claims he has been subject to sound campaigns with non-stop blaring sirens and a noise like someone banging loudly on a pipe. The noises went on every night and day for months, Newton said. The weirdness followed him when he came to Texas. Newton claims to have seen drones, military planes, and aggressive helicopters circling over his home. They maneuver through the air as if doing an operation or drill, and the aircraft appear to be less than 1,500 feet above the roof, he said. I was feeling different, weird stuff, Newton said. They would electrocute me. The jets were releasing static electricity and had a device that would focus a beam of electricity on me like, boom. Newton said he didn't tell his family and friends about his experiences. Employment doors are shut nearly everywhere he turns, he added. That reflects another common theme among targeted individuals. They say electronic devices are either fried beyond repair or have to be reset or replaced constantly. I went through a whole bunch of phones, Newton said. At least 5 phones were destroyed. No one believed Newton when he systematically torn apart, Newton told me. His electronic devices are either fried beyond repair or have to be reset or replaced constantly. I went through a whole bunch of phones, Newton said. At least 5 phones were destroyed. No one believed Newton when he told them people were breaking into his home, stealing his belongings, moving things around, and putting drugs in his food, he said. Other targeted individuals I spoke with also claimed they were drugged or had their homes burglarized. Similar to Young, Newton believes technology is used to harass him. A cell phone app he uses shows he is being doused with radiation, Newton said. Additionally, he believes different frequencies are aimed at him and have caused everything from short-term confusion and fatigue to headaches and making his bowel movements go or stop. After we talked several times, Newton sent me a message saying the harassment against him was increasing because he was exposing the gangstalking program and how it works. Do me a big favor, Newton wrote in a text message. Do humanity one, as well. Don't let my death be in vain when this all comes down. Stunned, I tried to contact him a few days later, but his phone was out of service. Text messages and emails I sent, find out what else could be at play, I sought the help of an expert, Dr. Michael Nuccitelli, a licensed psychologist in Brooklyn. Nuccitelli is also the founder and CEO of iPredator, and he researches cyberbullying, cyberstalking, online predators, internet trolling, and the dark side of human consciousness. Okay, Scully, Nuccitelli said when I told him about the story I was working on. He jokingly nicknamed me the skeptical female sidekick to Fox Mulder on The X-Files. Nuccitelli agreed to anecdotally comment on gangstalking from a psychologist's perspective. In essence, people who believe there is a conspiracy against them or that they are being followed everywhere they go are usually experiencing mild to severe paranoia or delusions, he said. Part of it involves something called confirmation bias, the act of stringing together events to create a narrative to support a belief. The internet, Nuccitelli said, has made that even easier. All a person has to do is find one other person to agree with them, and off they go. If I see fog and believe I've seen a ghost, then it's a ghost, Nuccitelli explained, adding that it is difficult to change someone's mind once a belief sets in. Once you ask them to entertain the idea that it might be something psychological, they turn you right off. He views targeted individuals as a fascinating study into the human need for self-preservation and the desire to belong to a group. As part of the human condition, it is natural for all of us to practice self-preservation, Nuccitelli said. We are social pack animals and genetically wired to protect ourselves and the proverbial group. Unfortunately, some people and groups exhibit paranoid thinking by going from skeptical and vigilant to hypervigilant and afraid, he continued. Paranoia is a psychopathological manifestation of self-preservation and skepticism. Blind faith, confirmation bias, and mild to severe paranoid thinking leads some folks to believe in the absolute absurd. Nuccitelli not only studies stalking behavior,